What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of this series. This is going to be, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. This will be me recapping the challenge. This is season 38, Ride or Dies, and I've been counting down for this season premiere for quite some time. I've been counting down way before it was actually announced. We obviously have known that this is coming. There's the global, whatever they're calling it, world championships. But I have seen when the cast left. That's all I know. I try to stay off of Reddit. Don't want to get the spoilers, but I do like to know when the cast leaves. So I know, okay, when are we going to see this next season? So it was announced about a month ago that October 12th was the release date for the challenge Ride or Dies. And it did not disappoint. We had drama straight out of the gates. So we already know from earlier in the week where they did kind of like the preseason thing where I think it was Double Agents where they did it, where they kind of showed different little like early stuff in the house. So before they actually move in, before the first challenge, it's just a way to kind of introduce you to the cast, especially when the cast is this big. I mean, this is a lot of rookies coming in, so it's going to be a lot of new people to take in, but I love it. I love that this franchise is growing. So they did another early release type of thing with TJ's Super Secret 6. We got Johnny Bananas with Nani. We got Darrell with Veronica. And we have Jordan with Anissa. The only two that I'm really like, Ride or Dies, okay, I guess, but not really. Anyway, so we saw that, and we know that they will be a twist in this game. They are not going to be entering the game with everyone else. So let's just hop right in to episode 1, the premiere of Challenge 38, Ride or Dies. Before we even get to the house, get to a challenge, we see all of the challengers on these two yachts is what I'm going to call them. These two yachts going toward wherever they're living in Argentina. Everybody's having a good time. It's giving us little clips of people, who their ride or dies are, how they got here. And they start popping bottles. Well, Turbo does not take too kindly to that. He is apparently pissed off at Laurel. And she didn't offer him one and he was standing right behind her. I don't know, but let's just be honest. This is Turbo here. He's looking for any way that he can find someone who's disrespected him or isn't loyal or isn't that, and he's going to drive it home. He literally said that if she had water, he would rather die. Turbo, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I actually loved you in War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds 2, you came in. You had this bigger ego about you. You were a champ. I get it. But there was just something else there. And for a long time, they pushed this language barrier as his reasoning for why he acts the way he does. But I'm not buying it. So Turbo and Laurel get into it before they even get to the house. And then we get to the house. Huge house, by the way. The biggest house I've ever seen. I watched a YouTube thing of like TJ previewing the house. He said that every contestant has their own bathroom, which is absolutely insane. These rookies are 100% going to be way too spoiled for anything moving forward. But we get to the house. We start kind of hearing about alliances, relationships, all kinds of stuff. And we get Nelson, who goes ahead and he drops a bomb on us. If you've been following the challenge for a long time like I have, you know, just as well as Nelson says, the season starts at the airport. As soon as the cast starts meeting up, getting together, that is when the season actually begins. Well, Johnny, a rookie, Nerys, a rookie who is also Nelson's partner, apparently met up at the airport and made out on the plane in front of the entire cast. We see this start to unfold in the hallway, and Johnny's partner Raven is not having it. This is where the whole idea of Ride or Dies is kind of lost on me. They're pushing like these lifelong, these are bonds that can't be broken. Or we've got people like Bananas and Nani who are going to come in. A decade-long experience. We've got Tori and Devin. Tons of history there. We have Kayla and Sam married. We have Amber B and Chauncey dating. And then we have Johnny and Raven. And not only have they never been in a relationship, it seems like they're barely friends. It seems like she's holding on to hope that they could maybe be something in the future. And it just doesn't really fit the whole ride or die thing for me. But, it is what it is. But Raven is not happy about Johnny and Marie. She's like, well, I can focus on the game now, this and that. And it's going to be a messy season. Let's just get that out there right now. And I'm here for it. I'm here for all the drama. I'm here for everything. But Raven, you're going to have to let them do their thing because it's obvious Johnny's not interested. So we then start to see a little bit more about the cast. We see Colleen and Kim, who I forget where they're from exactly, but he did some Bachelor type show in his home country, and she was on a show called The Mole, where she was the mole. However, she's telling people that she's on Love Island because obviously you don't want to come in and be known as the mole, the person who can lie, the person who manipulates to the point where you win the game. So she's telling people that she was on Love Island. And Jack, who is also a rookie, partnered up with Laurel, knows that she was the mole. And so he's going to keep this information tucked away. He's going to use it for himself and his team to try to further their game. So he's just basically saying, I'm going to keep them at arm's distance. If she's going to come in here and she's going to lie on the first day, that's already someone that I can't trust. So then we kind of get right into the first challenge. We find out that Casey and Kenny are not in the game anymore, which super strange. I looked into it, and I'm going to jump ahead here for a second. So at the end of the episode, there's a preview for the rest of the season, and Casey was in this preview. And so I was like, okay, this is odd. So let me go ahead and let me do a little bit of research here. So it turns out that there was some kind of COVID protocol after episode 1 that Casey or Kenny, both, I don't know, didn't meet. So they had to leave, and it opened a chance for 2 more teams to come in. So TJ brings in 2 more teams, which is Nam, who has not had a great track record at all on the challenge. He's partnered up with rookie Emmy. They get to come in. And then it is Horacio and Olivia, I want to say. Don't quote me on that one because there's a lot of new freaking people on this show. But I'm pretty sure it's Horacio and Olivia. So 2 more teams come in. That's a rookie pair. And Casey and Kenny are out. For now, I don't know if maybe it was a production error and they just put Casey in the preview, but I really don't see them doing that. So at some point, I think we might be seeing Casey again with Kenny. That is also unclear, but I think she's going to be making a comeback. So we have this first daily challenge, and it is basically there's all of these questions that you have to answer. Run into a mud pit, grab the corresponding balls, whatever he was calling them. But you have to run into this mud pit, get these balls, bring back the correct answer. The first team to do so is going to win. Johnny and Raven actually pulled this one out. A rookie team. Already you could tell that there's going to be some inner drama in the team. They go ahead and they pull this one out. And I got to give a special mention here to my boy Nelly T. Nelson, how do you not know your age, bro? This man, they had to add up the ages of both people on the team, and he forgot that he was 33. Like, I understand that Nelson has one of the highest elimination win records in history, but he has lost, as Devin said, 51 consecutive daily challenges. He's never won a daily challenge, and this right here is absolutely why. If you can't even get your age right, you cannot expect to win this challenge. But anyway, the way that TJ says that this season is going to work is that the winning team is going to nominate 4 teams for elimination. which basically is going to work like the Challenge CBS USA. If you watch that, they pull them into this kind of little room and they speak to them. So they didn't really have on CBS 4 different people that could kind of pull in whoever they wanted, but Johnny and Raven do have the ability to pull 4 teams in and see where their head's at, talk game, whatever they need to do. So he goes in and he wants to kind of shake things up, but also pick a rookie pair so it doesn't seem like they're just going for the vets. Raven is like, I'll go for all vets. I don't care. But he's like, no, here's what I want to do. And he kind of explains it, and she's down. So they call out Kayla and Sam, Tori and Devin, Laurel and Jack, and Colleen and Kim. This was a very ballsy move, but I do respect it. I don't really tend to enjoy the whole rookie versus vets dynamic. I think it's old. It's played out. Like at this point, unless like they're the people that you really rock with, and these are your core people who you are going to support, get to the end, don't just support them because they're a vet. Like I don't want to see people who would never, ever be caught dead work together for the sake of, let's just pick off the rookies. I get it. It's kind of a rite of passage at this point, but especially in a season like this where you have rookie vet pairs, it makes it a lot more difficult. So they kind of bring in each of these teams one by one, and Johnny essentially has the same conversation with everybody. Again, it's a very tired tactic in the challenge. Like everyone knows you're saying this. If I spared you this week, what would happen moving forward? And he basically is just feeling them out like, would you save me if you win? Would you save me if you win? And you have to leverage something. But at this point, there isn't any leverage except by Jack. Jack comes in immediately, outs Colleen as the mole. He's like, look, I know exactly the show she is from. She lied to get here. If you are going to come in and lie on day one, you can't be trusted. And he's like, I will rock with you. Don't throw us in. They take all of this into consideration, and then they go down to the zone. The zone is where all the eliminations are going to be played this season, and they have to decide who are we going to call out. They call out Kayla and Sam. So now we don't know how the other team is being chosen yet. Is this going to be a house vote? Do the people in elimination get to choose who they go against? Does it have to be out of the other 3 teams? Can it be anyone else who lost the daily? TJ tells us that now there's going to be the draw. Essentially what the draw is there's 3 daggers in, I don't know, like a rock or like a table type thing. And each team is going to pull one to see who goes in. Tori and Devin step up, pull it, blank dagger. Jack and Laurel step up, pull it, blank dagger. So at this point, they're like, oh shit, hell yeah. Colleen and Kim are going in. We got a rookie team in. This is who Kayla and Sam would have wanted to go against anyways. Like, they're not going to want to go against people they have relationships with. So TJ says, all right, do the honors. They pull the dagger, and it says safe. So now Colleen and Kim are not going into elimination. Not only that, but they get to choose one of their team to be safe with them, which essentially then chooses who else is going into elimination. So if you pull that safe dagger, you basically pick who else is going into elimination. And I was hype about this. This is going to be a great way to stir the pot. If you're down there with a couple friends and you have to choose one over the other, you're showing your cards. If you're down there with 2 people you really don't like, you still have to show your cards. At every turn, if you pull that safe dagger, you have to show your cards. You have to show, I would rather work with this person than that person. And not only that, but now like to be in these 4 people called out, you kind of want to be called out with friends in case they pull the dagger. You don't want to be down there with 2 people who you don't trust because then they're going to go against you. It adds a totally new dynamic to the show. They're always switching stuff up like this, but I'm glad it's not like a skull challenge where you have to go in, but that is going to be something that's going to keep people kind of on their toes. 4 teams up for elimination is a lot. It reminds me of when Dirty 30, when they pulled the X's and you had like the double cross or whatever they called it, and then you had to go in. That's what this reminded me of, and I'm super excited about it. So the elimination is Kayla and Sam and Tori and Devin now. The only reason that Colleen and Kim kept Laurel and Jack is because there was a rookie on that team, and they said, we're going to rock with the rookies. Little do they know, Jack's been out here spilling all her tea about being the mole anyways. But it is what it is. It's the challenge. You got to expect that. So we play You Move, I Move, and it's essentially this big tabletop, a partner on each side, and they kind of wobble back and forth, and then there's 5 balls in the middle that you have to get through a maze by working together, kind of counterbalancing each other to get these balls through this maze and into holes. The balls are placed at different places on the board, so as you move certain ones, other ones are going to get farther from the holes and get trapped in the maze. And it was a really cool challenge. I liked it. I didn't necessarily like that it was these two teams going against each other. They're teams I know, so I always tend to want to root for them in the beginning just to see what they're going to get into this season. But Sam and Kayla basically had a breakdown. It was not a good showing from them. They got the first ball, and that was the only ball they got. Tori and Devin swept them 5-1, and Kayla and Sam cut their honeymoon short. So basically, they get eliminated. They actually took it very well. I was surprised. I expected Kayla to be like more upset. She usually is more upset about things like this, but she took it well, and they leave. And TJ mentions a twist, says that he's the most untrustworthy person in the game, as always, and that he's going to be bringing out some real ride or dies. And out walks Bananas and Nani. You can tell that the house is shitting bricks now. They don't know what to do. There's some people who look, I wouldn't say anyone really looked happy. There's no Casey here, so she's not pumped to see Nani. But like no one really looked happy. It's Bananas. Like he wins and wins and wins. But there's some people who are definitely like, ooh, this is gonna shake shit up. And so I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I'm excited to see how they bring in the rest of the teams, if it's going to be over the next couple of weeks or if they're going to kind of sporadically do it. I hope they bring it in over the next 3 weeks, because the fact that they just get to join the game and it's not, I had thought maybe it was going to be like you have to face them in elimination, and then if they beat you, they come into the game. But the fact that they just come in, I hope it's very early in the season. I don't really like when they do like mid-season, hey, you're in the game now, you can win. That's not really my thing. I want you to be there competing the whole time, building these relationships, getting into some drama. So I have very high expectations for this season. I think that the challenge is leveled up. It's a global thing now. And yeah, there's a lot from the preview I would like to get into for this season, but it's too much. It's all going to be speculation. So we're just going to leave it there. That is the Challenge 38 episode 1 recap. I'm going to be doing these every week, pretty much the day right after that these release. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the season, who you're rooting for, who you want to go home. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.